As Buddha said, it's better to travel well than to arrive. Click subscribe and the bell below and come along for more adventures. Welcome to my first video on the digital nomad way of life and the first of a digital nomad series and playlist coming soon. So what is a digital nomad? It's someone who is location independent and can work from anywhere with a reliable internet connection. Many digital nomads travel internationally, staying weeks or months in each place. Some others take their work with them on shorter trips or domestic trips. Chart your own path and choose the itinerary and schedule that best suits you. So, is this way of life right for you? It may be right for you if you have a good work ethic, you're open-minded, you're open to risk, you're adaptable, you have tolerance for being alone, and you can succeed without structure. It may not be right if you have an aversion to hard work, you're not open-minded, you have an aversion to risk, you're rigid and don't like change, you crave a very strong connection to family and friends, and you need or want structure to succeed. So take an inventory of yourself. This will help you determine not only whether this lifestyle may be right for you, but also what type of digital nomad is right for you. There's many ways to embark on this journey. I have a checklist for you to consider. To succeed as a digital nomad, there are several considerations you need to address before taking the leap. Sure, you could just wing it, and some do. But to maximize the chance that you will be a happy, successful, well-adjusted digital nomad, I recommend you adhere to this checklist. First, you need to have access to a sustainable income remotely, and perhaps even very remotely. That income could take many different forms, which I will cover later in this video, and having multiple income streams will give you added financial security. You'll probably want to have either 3 to 6 months cost of living and savings, or all three of the following: a prepaid return ticket, prepaid accommodations, and a place to return to. Things happen. It's a fact of life, so be prepared. 3 months worth of living expenses can help you ride things out if work is slow or clients are slow paying. And if your return ticket and accommodations are prepaid, the panic won't set in if, for whatever reason, you run out of money. A home base to return to, whether it's a home you own or rent or family you can rely on, can give you a secure way out if you need to bail on your trip or decide the lifestyle is not for you. If you're in a relationship, your partner should be on board with your plan, whether that means accompanying you or willing to maintain a long-distance relationship. Of course, if you're single, you're good to go. If you opt to enter into a long-distance relationship, be prepared to face major challenges. While apps like Skype can help keep people connected, with physical contact limited, you lose a lot of the intimacy that relationships thrive on. It may not be impossible to do this with kids in tow, but I wouldn't advise it. Children have more difficulty adjusting to unfamiliar surroundings, and pulling them out of schools and away from their friends and family can be extremely hard on them. I believe there's two best case scenarios here. Either you go before you have kids, or your kids have already turned 18. You will also need a plan for any pets you may have. Whether or not it's impossible to bring your pet with you depends on where you're going and what are that country's rules. Make sure you do your research if you want to do this. Another option is to hire a pet sitter or leave them with friends or family. There's also some businesses popping up where people exchange use of their home to travelers in exchange for watching their pet. Of course, if you have no pets, there's no problem. Personality is important, so take an inventory on your feelings about adapting to foreign cultures. For example, it's a lot cheaper to get your food at locals establishments abroad than foreign or Western style restaurants. And getting around and conducting your daily routine is definitely easier if you're willing to pick up some of the language. There's also manners and routines in the culture to consider. You'll also need to consider your health. You'll need to consider health insurance, whether you currently have health insurance and need to check on whether it will cover you overseas or not. And if you don't have health insurance, whether you might want to obtain some health insurance before you go abroad. You'll also need to consider whether you need any vaccines, depending on where you're going to be traveling. As with anything, there's pros and cons to being a digital nomad. Pros include location freedom, often a lower cost of living, cultural worldliness, sense of adventure, making friends worldwide, and in many cases, scheduling freedom, with exceptions. There are amazing experiences to be had as a digital nomad that will be cherished for a lifetime, and who wouldn't want to make friends worldwide? But there's also some pitfalls and myths about being a digital nomad that should not be overlooked. Cons to being a digital nomad include being away from your familiar social circle, including family and friends back home, border and immigration hassles, the hard work you need to put in to make sure you have a sustainable income, possible infrastructure issues such as subpar internet in some cases, the unfamiliar language and culture you'll need to adjust to, and the financial risk. You'll need to do your research on immigration requirements and plan on visa runs in some cases. This is when you leave for at least a day to refresh your visa. Some other countries have a minimum time frame you must leave for before you can return. You'll need to research the particular countries that you plan on going to for their requirements. As I previously mentioned, there are a number of job options for digital nomads. In many cases, these jobs are coveted and will require hard work and dedication to achieve. A lifetime of hard work may earn you retirement. Whether you're living on a pension, government retirement program, or savings, this is clearly the best option. You'll have the most time to enjoy your new destination. There's also remote work for a land-based employer back home. These jobs can be tougher to score, but are becoming more mainstream. I had success proving myself to an employer at headquarters for a year before requesting the option to work remotely. If you take this route, you can prove to your employer you're indispensable, that you can work without supervision, and that you can be trusted. Freelancing can be done in a variety of fields. Think about what marketable skills you have and contract them out to different clients. This is a great opportunity for IT professionals, language teachers, accountants, recruiters, and virtual assistants. You can either market your skills on your own or use a platform like Upwork. If you've got the patience, you could try being a blogger or social media influencer. I can tell you from firsthand experience, this is a long, tough road, and it's advisable this not be your sole income until you're well established. Get grounded before hitting the road. This is my blog, by the way, ultimatetraveladventures.blog. Check it out. I'll leave the link in the description box. Like retirement, passive income can also give you a lot more time to explore and soak in the sights and sounds of your new home. Passive income can be achieved through investment in the stock and commodities markets or by investing in real estate, either buying and flipping properties, renting them out to tenants, or renting them out through agencies like Airbnb. Another option is to start an online business. This can be done through a WooCommerce storefront, drop shipping, selling products on a site like Etsy, or offering your services through an online business presence. Many of the skills that are good for freelancing are also good for opening an online business. You could also buy an existing, established business to take the helm and run. Contractor or gig work also might be an option. Companies like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Skip the Dishes, and Grubhub are jobs you can take with you, but often only domestically unless you have a work permit for the foreign country you're headed to. Be advised, with some of these companies, you need to contact them to switch your home base, and there may be a waiting period. There's also gig jobs on sites like Craigslist or through people you meet on the road, paid in cash. Be aware that if you're outside your home country, it is likely a violation of the law to engage in this type of work since you're taking a potential job away from a citizen or resident with a work permit. Click the subscribe button below for more digital nomad videos. I'll also have a digital nomad playlist coming soon. Thank you for watching.
Smash like, subscribe, click the links down below so I'm